U.S. President Donald Trump has threatened to take out Iran in one night if it fails to make a deal before the deadline he set for Tehran to reopen the Strait of Hormuz, a critical global supply route. Trump's deadline for an acceptable deal, one that includes the free flow of energy through the Gulf, is set for 20:00 Washington, D.C. time on Tuesday, or GMT on Wednesday. Trump said at a White House news conference that he believed reasonable leaders in Iran were negotiating in good faith, but the outcome remained uncertain. Iran has rejected proposals for a temporary ceasefire, instead calling for a permanent end to the conflict and the lifting of sanctions. Trump's news conference, alongside Jen Dan Kane, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, comes days after U.S. forces successfully recovered 2 crew members of an F-15 fighter jet that was downed in southern. Although much of Trump's remarks highlighted what the president described as the heroic rescue of the crew, Trump once again repeated his warning that the U.S. could launch attacks on Iran's energy and transportation infrastructure if the Strait of Hormuz were not reopened by Tuesday's deadline. The entire country can be taken out in one night, and that night might be tomorrow night, he said on Monday. Once the deadline passes, Trump added, Iran would be sent back to the Stone Ages. They're going to have no bridges, he said. They're going to have no power plants. Despite Iran's earlier rejection of U.S. demands, Trump continued to express optimism that Iran was negotiating in good faith after successive layers of Iranian leadership were killed in U.S. and Israeli strikes.